Well, I was going to intend to make a video here of the effectiveness of this primer. Obviously, wasn't planning on that before I got paint all over the can, but this is Krylon Farm and Implement Primer. It was really tough to mix up, so what I did was break it into 2 cans and mix it with acetone. This has been stirred good. It's been setting for a couple days. I'm gonna stir it again and shoot some on this AMX. Well, it's been a couple days since I used this, but it looks like it stayed stirred pretty good. I'm just going to stir it up again real good. I'm working on the bottom of it here. This was the original can, so I know that there's some kind of heavy particles down on the bottom. That should be good enough. I'll put it in the gun now. Alright, good morning, folks. It's raining yesterday, so I didn't get the rest of this Bondo on. What I've done is mix up a batch here with this body or Bondo honey. Make it real good and thin. I just started mixing it with my steel spatula for scooping, which I didn't mean to do. I just mixed some hardener in it here. Just putting a thin layer on it. Just a little trickly, or a tip rather, with a Bondo. Put all your Bondo on first. Good morning. Get it where you want it to go. And once you got it on, then you can play with it. Like this is bad spatula. Get a lot of rough stuff here. I did find a couple little dents right up here on this top edge. Yes, I screwed up by mixing my Bondo with my putty knife, so I wound up getting a lot of lumps in the Bondo. And the spatula was bad too, but I got a thin coat on here that's just going to fill whatever little dents I got. I'll sand it. Now next thing I'm going to do is pull this eyebrow off of here and work on getting this edge straight. Once I get all the Bondo work done, then I'll prime it. Looks like the sun come out, so I'll have a few hours of good time today. Well, I sanded that off. Had a lot of work, had a lot of scratches in it from my bad scraper there. I've got the bolts out of this. I'm just going to try to tap it and break it loose. A little crack right there. Open it up. Try it a little on this side. That one cracked pretty good. There it is. So, this one's going to be pretty easy to clean up. And looks like my rust stop worked good. So I'm just going to clean this edge up, and I'm going to just fill this to where I got a flat surface, and it should be good for this eyebrow. I cleaned it up. Looks pretty good. I got maybe 1/8 of an inch of bondo right here. It looks like I was hitting by brass here in a couple of places. Maybe right here, and this is to the metal. So I'm going to take a grinder and grind this down in a couple of places where it looks like it might be high, and rough up the rest of it so bondo will stick, and then just kind of flush this whole thing here with body filler. Alright, I ground my high spot. Alright, I ground this down, put my bondo on it, sanded it straight. I got my lip here, I cleaned it up. I got a little bit of bondo there. It's kind of a sharp edge, I need to straighten that. But razor sharp edge there, and a real nice edge right here. It's actually probably a lot better than it was at the factory, but it's all down to an 80 grit finish. I've got one little place right here I need to put a little more bondo in and get this a little more vertical. Clean up this fender edge just a little, but it looks real good. I'll still have to go back in here and put a little bit of a radius on it. I can't right here because it's into the metal. I might be able to get something into it, but that's a lot straighter than it probably ever came from the factory, and its shape looks real good, and it's matching my piece here. Looks like I might have to clean up a little more bondo right there on this top corner lip. Yeah, that'll probably make it fit even better. Yeah, I'll just clean that up. A little gap in there won't be bad at all anyway. Give it a little more came from the factory look instead of put together with body filler look. So this part is a kind of a done deal. I'll mix up a little Bondo and fix this real quick. And fix this little area right here. It ain't very much. I could probably get away with leaving it, but I'd like to make that look like a panel like this over here. Looks like I gotta take some out of the bottom. That's alright. One thing I found here, I got a little 2-flute milling. Boy, it works really good on straightening up Bondo edges and stuff like that. A lot better than a lot of stuff. I used it here on my holes. Knocked the Bondo out of the holes. It worked like a champ. Just cut it right out to the metal, no problem. I mixed that pretty hot, so it looks good. And I used just a little bit here to patch up any little holes. I'll let this dry real quick and give it a rough sand. Meanwhile, I'll mix up some primer. I started making the video yesterday, that primer in my battery kicked bucket. Here it is, made by Krylon. Farm and Implement Primer. It's a dark gray. It's really thick. What I do with my spray gun, I don't like to use epoxy primer unless I do a whole car. Because it hardens in your gun, and I like to use this kind of primer because I can put some in my gun, and if I don't use it all, I can just leave it in the gun and just pour a little acetone or whatever thinner I'm using in it, and that way I wind up with I don't have to clean my gun constantly. Well, you can see there's a lot of lumps coming out of it, and I got about half a gun here, so that'll be plenty to do what I need to do. I put a seriously good heavy coat on this. This is just stuck in there. It's only got one coat, but I'm using this kind of a filler. But you can see the body line looks really good now. I have still got a lot of, you can see the primer's kind of shiny, so I got some dents there, and right in this area I've still got quite a bit of straightening out to do, but from about here forward is what I was working on. And this looks real good. I put 2 big thick heavy coats on there. I put a little right here on this hood where it was hit metal. This is still not matching, but I don't think it's going to be much trouble to pull this hood down. You can see I can push on it. And I don't have my bumpers in here either. Looks like I might need a little work right there. I don't know whether it's in the hood or in the fender. But that's a deal for another day. I've basically got the right shape in it. I've got a few dents there. Yeah, I can see a few right in here. I think that's probably in the Bondo, I don't know. I don't think so though. But I've been sanding it with a little short board here, just kind of roughing it out. Once this dries good, Then I'll come back in here with a long board so I can get this all straight. But the main deal was this fender lip. I sprayed as much primer as I could get up in there. I cleaned it all out, blew it good, sprayed a lot of primer in it. I think I'll try to hit that again before I put the gun away. Yeah, this looks real good here. Hardly any dents in it. I quit working on it about right here where that tape is, and I didn't clean my Bondo out of my light there. I'll do that, but I was just trying to get that top part there. I tried to sand down to roughly where that tape was, try to recreate that body line. Once I get this smooth, I'll put another piece of tape on it and do that. But still got a little bit of sun out here. It's not real cold, so this primer will harden up real good. Yeah, you can sure tell it was done with 80 grit. And a couple of these places, like right here, that's where I had just scraped a little bit of Bondo on some little cracks or something. And the fender itself looks pretty good. Looks like I need to sharpen that crease up a little. Looks like right in this area it's kind of rounded off. Well, we'll work on that when we get to it. Right now this is just rough body work to 80 grit. And looks like this fender lip here now finally is kind of a done deal. I was going to try to get to this rear fender, or rear of the fender, but it took me a little longer than I thought on here. Well, maybe tomorrow will be nice and I'll be able to work on this front section right here, get a body line in it, clean that all up, and see what I can do about straightening that out. That's going to be a little work because I got a panel inside. Anyway, hope you liked this little video. I'm doing this like anyway, I'm doing this car, trying to make it as perfect as I can. You hear me say, and there are quite a few times that a body shop did it, you know, because Bondo's cheaper in labor. But I'm not doing it that way. I'm not trying to do it the cheapest way I can. I'm trying to do it the best way I can. I originally was going to keep this car. I may still keep it. I don't know. We'll see. You know, I've got a lot of money in it and a lot of time and stuff. But I should be able to get a pretty good price out of it. I don't know, $25,000 maybe, 20, at least 22, because it's done right. I put a lot of work, a lot of time in it, and it's got the right parts. But I'm trying to grow this channel. Obviously, eventually, I would like for it to somehow make some money, and I would love it if it would somehow get to the point where I'd have the money to build these cars. But right now, you know, I'm not getting anything out of this. I build a car and sell it. I did a roadster. I did some other thing. I've got this road runner here to do. But I hope, I'm trying to show you some things of how I do stuff. Now, I'm not saying that this is the right way to do it, or the fastest way, or the best way, or the most efficient way, or anything else. I'm just showing you this is the way I do it, and it doesn't make any difference. Like right out here right now, I'm right down here in the driveway. Yeah, I've had shops and I've had this and that and everything, but you know, you got to work half of the time to pay for the shop, and I just soon not do that. I wish I had a shop. I don't have one right now, but you got to work with what you got and do the best you can. I'm making this car like it's for me. I know everything in it's right. I'm not trying to put it together and make it look good and sell it. That's not my goal here. My goal is to do it the best I can with what I got, simple tools. I don't have anything that costs very much. Probably a welder's the most expensive thing I got, $500 or something. But I don't have a brake or a sheet metal bender or a whole lot of things I don't have. I watched this guy Bad Chad on YouTube, and he's a creative little guy. He's just jumping around and bubbling over with enthusiasm, and he just does all kinds of things. And I'm picking up a lot from him, but mostly what I'm getting from him is that just take your time and do it right. If you mess it up, do it again. If you mess it up again, do it again. Just keep doing it. Just keep on hammering at it. Keep beating your head on that rock. And eventually the rock will break. And that's what I'm doing here. So, hope you liked the channel. I hope the video content is interesting to you. If you've got any questions or you have any comments, you know, there's a thing down below. Please give me a comment. I'll try to answer any questions, at least for now, until this thing gets to where I got so many subscribers I don't have any time to do but answer comments. But that ain't gonna be any time soon. And what I've got here is a 68 AMX, you know, with a 400 big block in it. It's a screamer. I'll tell you, it just smokes the tires. In second gear, it just smokes them all the way into third, and then smokes them some more. I got to get bigger tires on this thing. I've got a cam that I'm going to put in it. I got new lifters. I got headers. I got an aluminum exhaust manifold. This is going to be a sweet car. I don't know if I'm going to pull the motor and paint the interior, the part that the motor goes in. What do you call that? Firewall and all that stuff. I don't know. It's supposed to be same color as the rest of the car. I think I probably will. I don't know if I'll pull the motor. It's got some leaks in it. It had some. It's greasy in the bottom. I was originally just going to try to clean it up and put all the stuff in it and paint it black, paint the interior, the firewall and everything black. But yeah, that's not the way the car is supposed to be. I am not going with the original color. I've got a Tahiti blue that's going on this thing, and it's supposed to be like a bluish green. I forget the paint code, but I didn't really want to paint it green, and I didn't want to paint it some other color because parts on the frame and the underneath, the undercarriage and stuff like that's got some of that original turquoise looking paint on it. So I'm going to build this car the best I can with what I can. It should be a beauty when I'm done. And in the meantime, I learned a lot of stuff. I never built an AMX before. I found out that they got the fender bolts. You know, normally things is threaded like 20 threads per inch or something. This stuff is like 5 threads an inch. So we're just looking bolts you'd ever want to see. They're probably only on American Motor stuff. So I can't just put bolts in it. I got to get the right bolts to put in the thing. But anyway, enough of my rambling. Hope you like this video. You can take something that's crushed. It wouldn't be much difference if it was crushed originally, or I'm trying to repair somebody's half repair. At the end, you can get something. There's a playing card gap in there, you know, all the way across, as straight as an arrow. And when this car is painted, that's exactly what it's going to look like. It's look like all the body seams. You can put a playing card in. It's going to fit perfect. It's going to take a lot of time. But time I've got. And it may not look like it, but I got a lot more time than I have money. So anyway, thank you very much. Hope you like and subscribe. I guess hit the bell if you want to get notifications. Thanks a lot. You have a nice day. Bye-bye.